Welcome to another episode of Senate This Week. On this program, I bring you highlights of the Red Chamber's activities. I am Titilokwe Fadare. It was a busy week, starting with the public hearing of the bill titled Protection from Internet Falsehood and Manipulations, also known as the Social Media Bill, and it was criticisms from all quarters. Of 25 persons that spoke, only 3% supported the bill. They were the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, and the CSO, Civil Voices Coalition for Protection of Rights and Privileges. They cited national security and regulation to stem religious crisis as reasons for supporting the bill. Moving on, the Senate proposed an amendment to the 1999 Constitution to raise educational qualifications for the following seats: the President, Governors, Senators, members of the House of Representatives, and members of State Houses of Assembly. This was passed along 20 bills seeking to amend the 1999 Constitution for second reading. Part of the provisions sought for amendments are financial autonomy of local government councils, right to food security and food, address pre-election disputes, make the president, vice president, governors, and their deputies lose their immunity if they misappropriate public funds, give specification of the period within which the president or the governor of a state presents the appropriation bill before the National Assembly or House of Assembly, provide for establishment of state police, among others. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari sent a letter to the chamber seeking amendment to the Finance Act. Some of the amendments sought is the administrative effective date for the increase in value-added tax to be reflected as the 1st of February 2020. Animal feed should be included in the list for basic food items that are exempt from value-added tax. The request has been passed for second reading and referred to the Committee on Finance. Northwest, Southeast, North Central Development Commission bills scaled second reading this week. The sponsors are Senators Barau Jibrin from Kano, Stella Odua from Anambra, and Abba Moro from Benue State. For the Northwest, the Development Commission is to act as a catalyst to develop the arrays of potentials of the region, as well as address the gap in infrastructural development of the region. For the Southeast, the Commission is to develop the commercial potentials of the region, while in the North Central, it seeks to assist in agricultural and industrial development of the region. A bill to ensure more business-friendly regulation for micro, small, and medium enterprises passed third reading in the Senate. This followed an amendment to the Companies and Allied Matters Act. It will provide fair compliance obligation for small companies, reduce time and cost for setting up a company, promote financial stability, among others. Ending this episode, a bill to ban the importation or use of generating sets was introduced in the Senate as it imposes 10 years imprisonment on generator sellers. The bill seeks to curb the menace of environmental pollution and to facilitate the development of the power sector. The sponsor of the bill is Senator Bima Mohammed Inagi from Niger State. What are your thoughts on these? You can share them on our social media platforms showing right here on the screen. Do have a nice day as I link you up with my colleague in the House of Representatives, Majid.
Hello. Welcome to another interesting edition of Reps of This Week, brought to you by All the Paper Nigeria. My name is Bakari Majid. As the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, is combating the coronavirus, the House of Representatives has moved to combat the economic impact of the virus. With the price of crude oil taking a nosedive in the international market, the impact of the epidemic on the global economy is surging. The House on Thursday resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to assess the potential impact on the Nigerian economy. It will be recalled that the oil benchmark was pegged at $57 per barrel in the 2020 budget. However, the price of crude oil in the international market presently is around $35 per barrel. The decision followed a motion moved by James Falike on Tuesday. Nigeria is losing $20.4 billion annually to oil theft. This is according to the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, who stated this at the public hearing organized by the ad hoc committee investigating oil theft. The Speaker, who was represented by the leader of the House, Hassan Adodogwa, revealed that over $1.7 billion is lost to oil theft monthly in the country. Are you a student sitting at home because your school is on lockdown? Guess what? The House of Representatives on Tuesday actually have made considerable impact on this situation. On Tuesday, the House mandated the leadership of the House to meet with the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and the federal government to resolve the lingering disagreement that has led to the shutdown of all the schools owned by the federal government. Meanwhile, Thursday could be tagged the Education Day as the lower chamber dedicated the whole legislative day to the issues surrounding education. The House leadership, acting on a resolution reached on Tuesday, interfaced with the ASU and the federal government. The leadership of the House, led by Femi Gbajabiamila, met with the leadership of the union, led by Professor Abiodun Ogunyemi, and the representatives of the executive, which had in attendance the ministers for states for both the Ministry of Labour and Ministry of Education, Festus Keyamo and Emeka Wajua. The speaker at the meeting appealed to the union to suspend the strike, and the chairman of ASU assured the speaker that the union will meet to consider the appeal by the speaker. Away from tertiary institutions, the House held a special session dedicated to ending the out-of-school children issue in Nigeria. During the special session, the entire plenary was dedicated to discuss a motion moved by Wumi Ogunlola on ending out-of-school children in Nigeria. Following the deliberation on the motion, the House, among other resolutions, resolved to embark on a one-week holiday, which members are to hold town hall meetings on addressing out-of-school children in Nigeria.
We have come here today to consider the matter of the millions of children in our country who are out of school and who, as a result, are denied their fundamental right to receive the training and skills acquisition opportunities that will allow them to have better lives than their parents before them and provide a better future for their offspring. We are here to consider the failures of policy development and implementation, the vagaries of culture and religion that have contributed to the plight of these young people. We are here to advance solutions to this problem. We are here to act in the best interest of our people by ensuring that the solutions presented here today are formulated in actionable policy plans to be implemented diligently and with haste. This is a commitment that we made in our legislative agenda, and we will live up to this and all other commitments which we have freely made before God and the Nigerian people who have chosen us to represent them here in this hallowed chamber.
Again on Wednesday, the House resolved to combat the influx of fake and substandard products into the country. The Green Chamber, following a motion moved by Chike Okafor, resolved to mandate the Committees on Commerce and Industry, Information and National Orientation Agency to meet with the Director General of Standard Organization of Nigeria, Osita Abuloma, and the Minister of Trade, Industry and Investment, Adeniyi Adebayo. Moving on Wednesday, it took the intervention of the Speaker to save the bill to prohibit discrimination against victims of insurgents and militancy. The bill by Roland Igbaka seeks to criminalize any form of discrimination against victims of insurgency. However, Igbaka's colleagues were not ready to entertain such bill. Leading the opposition against the bill, Uzoma Abonta described the bill as a waste of legislative hours. He argued that Section 42 of the 1999 Constitution already taking care of any form of discrimination against any person. It took the repeated intervention of the Speaker to save this particular bill. Amidst the stiff opposition, the bill scaled second reading and it was referred to the Committee on Internally Displaced Persons. Well, this is as much as we can take on today's edition. However, you know where to visit when there's a need for updates and in-depth analysis on the National Assembly and the State House of Assemblies. You know where to go to, www.orderpaper.ng, and you can also visit any of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can watch this video and many more on our YouTube channel. Stay blessed.